Hello students, this will be a quick lesson on factorials. We're going to use a whiteboard here. Let's get this coloring. So factorials, represented by a number with that exclamation mark. That does not mean 5 exclamation mark. It means 5 factorial. A factorial is basically taking that number, multiplying it by every number down to 1. So 5 factorial would equal 120. 6 factorial would equal that number times 6. So 6 factorial would equal 720. On your calculator, you may have a button that looks like this, n factorial, or it might look like e factorial. Or I've seen some even with x factorial. So if you can't find that, let me know, send me an email, telling me what calculator you're using, because graphing calculators do it slightly different. Financial calculators also something different. You having that button will save you some time on the quiz and on the exam. So a few things to learn about factorials. We cannot go like this, 5 factorial times 3 factorial, thinking that equals 15 factorial. Let's change our color here. This is not true. The only thing we can do with factorials is solve them out. We know that 5 factorial equals 120. 3 factorial will be 3 times 2 times 1, so that would equal 6. So 5 factorial times 3 factorial equals 120. It does not equal 15 factorial. You cannot multiply, subtract, add, or divide factorials. So same thing, we could not go 5 factorial plus 3 factorial thinking that equals 8 factorial. That is incorrect. Let's delete this. A couple things we can do is, say I have a question like this, and this might show up on the quiz or on the test. 98 factorial divided by 96 factorial. We can't just divide 98 by 96 and get 1 point something and think that that's the final answer. We have to remember that 98 factorial is going to equal 98 times 97 all the way down to 1. Now in your calculator, most calculators can't go beyond 50 or 60 factorial. If you were using your phone or the computer for practice, you could probably do this on those devices, but for the test or for the quiz, you need to use a regular calculator. And as I said, anything beyond 50 or 60 factorial, your calculator can't do. But this question might be on the quiz or on the test, and you'll have to solve it. So we know that 98 factorial, as I said, equals 98 times 97 times 96 and all the way down to 1, or in essence 96 factorial. On the bottom we also have 96 factorial. We can cross those out because they are the same number. Whatever 96 factorial equals is listed on the top and on the bottom. So that 98 factorial divided by 96 factorial is the same as saying 98 times 97, which calculates out to be 9,506. One other thing for information, let's change colors here, is that 1 factorial equals 1 and 0 factorial equals 1. You can test it on your calculator. Equals 1. Don't ask me why. I think if it didn't, none of this, we couldn't use factorials in math then. So that's a quick little lesson on factorials.